Hello everyone and welcome back to SaiyanSquabbles. I'm yours truly, Papa Ping Pong, here to bring you another video. And today we are looking at the Championship 2020 event promos that they're coming out with and just giving my reaction and my response to them. So I apologize again, videos have been a little slower. A bunch of life stuff going on, don't want to get into it and bore you guys with that, so we're just going to get right into this, okay? So first off, starting it off, our first 2020 event championship promo thing is Son Goku making an entrance. One drop, negate the attack, play this card. Pretty simple. It can be fetched again off Power Burst. A lot of people already know what this card is. I like this is getting a reprint. This is actually one of my favorite negates in the game. The fact that you can recycle it with Power Burst. And that we're just, mono black is becoming a more and more viable strategy. More and more as we're getting a lot more just straight up mono black support. So I think this is a wise and a good reprint. One that I'm actually really excited to get my hands on. Next up, we got an interesting one. We got Zeno the Playing God. So, for those of you that are newer to the game, so Zeno the Playing God used to be a very powerful strategy because it was a target for Chain Attack Trunks. So this card's effect is when you play this card, negate all their battle card skills, then choose all cards in both players' hands, as well as their battle areas, or as well as other battle cards, and turn them to their players' decks. They shuffle their decks, and both draw 5 cards. So basically it resets you guys, kind of like a Go G to 7 before Go G to 7 was the thing, but this hurts both players. But this leaves you with a 15k body, plus a potential leader swing if you have not swung with a leader yet. By the way, I don't know why, I do really like how the football head of Zeno kind of like goes over the combo cost. I don't know why, I think that's just a nice touch. I'm not exactly sure why this is getting a reprint. It might be because there's going to be a lot more aggressive ramping strategies with Zamasu and Trunks. But maybe this is just a blast of the past, but I think it's a really nice looking reprint. Although I don't think this was necessary. But moving on, we got Android 20 Vile Creator. So, a very interesting one. So this is a 1-drop 5k combo power. That when you combo this card during your turn, choose up to one of your attacking green android cards, and it gets plus 5k power and double strike for the duration of the turn. So pretty simple. You give an android something like critical, and you just give it double strike afterward. It's basically a Champa for android cards, because it still gives it plus 10k power and double strike. I don't know, this card is always weird to me, but I don't know why it's getting a reprint. We're not really getting android stuff this set, so I don't know, but it's a cool reprint nonetheless. I just don't think it was really needed. Then we got We Are Universe 7. This is a reprint I do agree with a lot. Invoker was already kind of a popular strategy, either a low tier 1 or a high tier 2 build, and now that the fact that it's getting a new powerful card to boost it making the deck basically a turn faster, especially with the loss of Go G to 7. This is a kind of an obvious reprint. I do think it looks really good. And choose one, add up to 1 Universe 7 card from your drop area to your hand, or choose 1 Universe 7 cards that energy cost 4 less from your deck, add to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Cool. Good searcher. And then the last of the first group, we got Tournament of Power Arena. I think this is the coolest looking reprint art out of all of them so far that we've seen. And this is just a field spell that allows you to ignore energy exhaust of red-blue multicolor cards, and then it allows you to search the top 3 cards of your deck and rearrange them in any order. Another reprint for Invoker. Same reasoning as before, it's just the fact that Invoker is probably going to become meta again. I think this was a smart reprint. So, I will be back with the next series of cards. Alright, so here we are with obviously the most exciting event reprint. Controversial for reasons that kind of confuse me. People saying it's still going to be kind of hard to get, but I don't even care. More of these in circulation means the pricing is going to go down from, my guess is about a $100 card to about a $50 card, which is still expensive, but it's a 50% markdown, and it's actually something I would consider getting. But everyone knows what this does, but just in case you don't, I will read it off anyway. So active main for 2 energy, send this card from your drop area to warp, draw 2 cards. Probably the best reprint we're getting out of all these event promos, and I think this is a great choice. So Bandai, we were asking for it, and Bandai delivered, and I'm very thankful for that. So thank you, Bandai. So then we got Cell Android Absorber. I love the art for this card. So people remember this was a Ruling Nightmare, even though I personally don't think it was a very broken card. But active main, if your leader card is a Cell card, and the cards in your battle area are only Android 17 cards, Place a card from your drop area, then your opponent chooses one card in their hand and places it in their drop area. You can't activate Cell Android Absorber's active main skill for the duration of the turn. Auto, when this card is removed from your battle area by a skill, choose up to one Android 18 card with an energy cost of 3 in your drop area and play it with its skills negated for the turn. So this is basically the crutch of the Cell Surge deck, and I think it's just a very good card. And I think it's cool that they included the errata text. I hope they do that with all the reprints in the future. But I think that's a nice touch, and I really like the card art for this. And I think it makes sense for this to be a reprint. So then we got Cell, Devour the Masses, same reason. Surge Cell. I'm not going to really go over the effect here just because a lot of you guys already know what it is. But basically, it's one of the main successor targets for Cell, and the fact that it's getting reprint is cool because, I mean, Cell's getting 2 reprints along with the Invoker Goku. And then Desperate Measures. One of the ones that has me kind of scratching my head as to why we're getting a reprint of this one, but who cares? It's kind of a cool counterplay. 1 drop, if your the battle card your opponent is playing has energy cost 2 or less, is returned to its owner's hand instead of being played. Then choose up to 1 of your blue battle cards that energy cost of 3 or less and return it to its owner's hand. Cool. I think this is a good counter. I honestly do think this is a good counterplay, but just hasn't seen its meta yet, I suppose. But I do think this is a pretty good card. So, and then last but not least, we have Strike Force Jace, which is the super combo for Red Frieza army. So I think it's a cool reprint because the critical Red Frieza from set 9 is, I think, an underrated strategy, but it's one of those, again, like, did we really need this reprint? There are many other reprints I think we would have preferred, like maybe Exploiting Weakness from the draft box and stuff like that, but still a cool reprint nonetheless. And yeah, so that's going to do it for the reprints. Overall, this is probably the weirdest set of reprints we've gotten, like, for a championship promo pack thing, but maybe that's just me, because half of these seem like no duh, the other half are like, okay. So that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. See ya!